Hello, my name is John Kittrell, and I'll be talking about the coyote, or Canis latrans. Looking at the classification of a coyote, they're in the Animalia kingdom for the phylum Chordata. They're in the class Mammalia, the carnivora order, which is carnivores. The family is Canidae, which is dogs, fox, jackal, and wolves. This family is digitigrade. Most have 5 toes on the 4 feet and 4 on the hind feet. This family is one of the more adapted families of carnivores because they're omnivorous. Many will eat plants or invertebrates and carrion. And the genus for a coyote is Canis, which is the dogs, jackals, and wolves. Characteristics: when looking at the general coloration of a coyote, they tend to be a grayish brown to a yellowish gray with a whitish or reddish brown area around their bellies and on their throats. They stand approximately 2 feet tall and range from 20 to 50 pounds, which makes them significantly smaller than a wolf and larger than a fox. Their 20 to 50 pound range is very wide, dependent on where at in the U.S. Wisconsin area has larger coyotes, Eastern has medium sized, and more south has smaller coyotes. They are distinguished from dogs with their muzzle, ears, and tail. Their muzzle is more long and slender, their ears are pointed and erect, and their tail is straight and not curved the way a dog's is. That straight tail can range between like 12 and 16 inches tall, which goes almost to the ground. When looking at the coloration, it can tend to change. It goes from that grayish to, it can also go to a blonde or go darker to a black or a gray tone, as seen in these pictures, the blonde being the top, the gray or black being the bottom. Some people believe it's from the past interbreeding between wolves or different types of domestic dogs. So recent studies have found that it's linked between pigmentation genes. Out of the 3 genes it's found and linked, there's one gene that's deleted, which causes an expression of the black or gray coloration. And then when one of the 3 genes is mutated or changed, it can cause this blonde color or kind of like a yellowish white. When looking at the range, they can be found widely throughout North and Central America. They are now found in all states in the United States except for Hawaii. They're in various habitats: forests, grasslands, deserts, swamps. They can even be found in cities. As you can see in this picture, they historically were around Mexico and up the Midwest, and then they've shifted, going more west and north into Alaska back in the 18 to the early 1900s, and now 1940s to 1990s they have now expanded all across the United States. Looking at their diet, 90% of their diet is mammals. This is primarily small mammals such as cottontail rabbits or white-footed mice. They prefer fresh meat but will also eat carrion. Occasionally they'll eat birds, snakes, large insects, or invertebrates. They will eat leaves, some plants or fruits such as strawberries, apples. They can hunt as pairs if there's a couple of male and female. They don't often, but they will hunt as packs depending on the region. Um, they also have a partnership with badgers, where their badgers are located. The coyote will chase an animal into a burrow because a coyote can run, but they can't dig, and a badger's slow, but they can dig a burrow. So once a coyote chases an animal into the burrow, the badger will dig out the burrow and they'll be able to catch the animal and share the food. When looking at the life cycle, courtship between 2 coyotes can last between 2 and 3 months. These partners can remain together for multiple years, but not necessarily for life. They can actually leave after multiple years and find new mates. Mating occurs between January and March. Litters range from 1 all the way up to 19 pups. The average is lower, more like 6. Pups are born blind and their eyes open after 10 days. After the pups are weaned off, they are fed through regurgitation. At 12 months, they'll have reached maturity, and they are known to live for a maximum of 10 years in the wild. And these are my references.